Welcome back to the Deep Dive, where we take your sources and kind of jump headfirst into the most fascinating facts and insights.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Mark Buzz, your guide through today's information jungle.
Awesome.
And with me is the incredible Anna Bugs.
Always a pleasure to be diving in with you.
Today's bit meta,
Yeah.
we're actually diving into information about the show itself.
Oh, cool.
Specifically, we're exploring the world of bed bugs,
Ew.
inspired by an article from Simple Pest Management.
Okay.
And for you listening, you're the kind of person who loves to learn, thrives on new perspectives, and gets a kick out of those aha moments,
Right.
all without feeling overwhelmed.
Totally.
So let's get to it.
Sounds like a perfect fit for our deep dive approach.
Right. I mean, bed bugs. I was reading this article and it got me thinking, how on earth can these things survive for so long without a meal? Like you vacate a place, you think you're in the clear, and bam, they're back.
Oh, I know. It's unsettling. It really is. Bedbugs are incredibly resilient, even more than most people realize. They can actually survive for months without feeding, especially in cooler temperatures.
Wow.
The article mentioned a study where they survived for over 400 days. It's almost like they go into hibernation mode,
What?
patiently waiting for their next opportunity.
400 days. That's wild. It explains why they seem to linger even after you think they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you leave a house or a hotel room empty, they don't just disappear.
Nope, not a chance.
Really?
They're masters of hiding, tucking themselves away in tiny cracks and crevices.
Wow.
And get this, a single female bedbug can lay hundreds of eggs in her lifetime.
Oh, no.
Talk about a population explosion waiting to happen.
Yikes. That's enough to make anyone's skin crawl. So let's talk signs.
How can you tell if you have these unwelcome guests lurking in your home? What should people be on the lookout for?
Well, the most obvious sign, as the article mentioned, is the bites.
Okay.
And here's the thing. Bedbug bites often appear in a linear pattern, almost like a little roadmap of their midnight snacking spree.
Oh, God. You might wake up with a row of bites, not just one or two random ones. It's like they're following a trail on your skin.
Okay, so look for the bite roadmap. What else?
Keep an eye out for dark, rusty-colored spots on your sheets or mattress.
Oh.
Those are actually fecal stains.
Ugh.
Not very pleasant, but a sure sign they've been around. You might even find shed skins, which is like their discarded exoskeletons. It's like they're leaving behind little calling cards.
It's amazing how these tiny creatures can be so sneaky. Speaking of sneaky, where are their favorite hideouts? I'm guessing mattresses are a prime spot, right?
Mattresses are definitely a haven for bedbugs. They love to burrow into the seams tufts and even the tags. They're also drawn to furniture, especially upholstered pieces like couches and chairs. And they're not limited to fabric.
Wait, really? Where else do they hide?
Oh, they can squeeze into the tiniest cracks in walls, baseboards, even behind picture frames. If there's a crevice, they'll find it. It's like they've mastered the art of invisibility, blending seamlessly into their surroundings, and that's part of what makes them so unnerving.
It's true. I mean, knowing they could be lurking anywhere really messes with your peace of mind.
Right.
The article touched on this, the psychological impact of bed bugs, and it's something I think we should explore further. It's not just about the bites, it's the whole feeling of being invaded, right?
Absolutely. The psychological toll of a bedbug infestation can be significant, even more so than the physical discomfort.
Mm.
Imagine this. You're in your own home, a place where you should feel safe and secure. And suddenly you realize you're sharing your space with these tiny creatures that feed on your blood while you sleep. It's a violation of your personal space, and it can really shake your sense of security.
It's like a creepy psychological thriller playing out in your own bedroom. And then there's the stigma, right? People often feel embarrassed or ashamed to talk about having bed bugs as if it somehow reflects poorly on them.
That stigma is so unfortunate and completely unfounded. Bedbugs don't discriminate. They can infest any home, regardless of cleanliness or socioeconomic status. It's important to remember that anyone can get bedbugs. It's not a reflection of your character or your housekeeping skills.
Exactly. It's like getting a cold right. It can happen to anyone. And just like with a cold, the best thing to do is address the problem head on and seek help if you need it. But that stigma can prevent people from doing that, which just allows the problem to fester.
It's a vicious cycle. The shame leads to secrecy, which prevents people from getting the help they need, which just makes the infestation worse, and the cycle continues. So if you're struggling with bedbugs, please know that you're not alone and there's no shame in seeking help.
Speaking of struggling, let's talk about the impact on sleep. I mean, how can you possibly sleep soundly knowing there might be bed bugs feasting on you in the middle of the night? It's a recipe for insomnia and exhaustion.
You're absolutely right. Sleep deprivation is a major consequence of a bedbug infestation. And the lack of sleep can have a ripple effect on every aspect of your life, from your mood and energy levels to your cognitive function and overall well-being. You're constantly on edge, anxious and exhausted, which can make it even harder to deal with the infestation itself.
It's like this constant state of hypervigilance. You're checking your sheets, inspecting your mattress, scrutinizing every little itch or bump on your skin. It's exhausting.
And for some people, the psychological stress can become so severe that it leads to more serious mental health issues like anxiety disorders or even phobias. They might start avoiding certain places or activities for fear of encountering bed bugs. It can really impact their quality of life.
It's like these tiny creatures have an outsized impact on our mental well-being. But let's shift gears a bit and talk about solutions. What can people do to protect themselves, both physically and mentally? What practical steps can they take to prevent and deal with these pesky intruders?
Well, knowledge is the first line of defense. Being aware of the risks and taking preventative measures can go a long way in avoiding an infestation in the first place. For example, let's say you're traveling and staying in a hotel.
Hotels, the bedbug hotspots. What should people do to avoid bringing those unwanted souvenirs home in their luggage?
Right. It's all about being proactive. When you check into your room, resist the urge to toss your suitcase on the bed or floor. Instead, use the luggage rack or place your bag in the bathroom, preferably on a tiled surface. Bed bugs are less likely to hang out on hard, smooth surfaces. Then, before you even think about unpacking, it's time to play detective.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What kind of detective work are we talking about?
Think of it as a bedbug treasure hunt, but you're searching for signs of their presence, not actual treasure. Carefully inspect the mattress and box spring, paying close attention to the seams, crevices, and tufts. Look for any telltale signs, those tiny reddish-brown bugs themselves, dark spots that could be fecal matter, or even shed skins.
So we're talking a full-on forensic investigation of the bed.
Exactly, and don't stop there. Inspect the headboard, nightstands, any furniture near the bed, basically anything that could provide a hiding place for these sneaky critters.
And if you find something, what's then?
If you see anything suspicious, even if you're not entirely sure, it's crucial to notify the hotel staff immediately and request a different room, preferably on a different floor. It's better to be safe than sorry.
Makes sense. Don't want to risk sharing your vacation with those little bloodsuckers? Now let's say you've made it home from your trip. Any tips for unpacking safely?
When you return from a trip, resist the urge to unpack directly into your closet. Instead, unpack in a less vulnerable area like the garage or laundry room where you can easily inspect and treat your belongings if needed. Think of it as a quarantine zone for your luggage.
Like a decontamination chamber for your travel gear.
Exactly. Wash all your clothes in hot water and dry them on high heat. That will kill any bed bugs or eggs that might have hitched a ride. And for items that can't be washed, like suitcases, you can place them in a large plastic bag and seal it tightly, essentially suffocating any potential hitchhikers.
Solid advice. But let's face it, sometimes, despite our best efforts, those sneaky critters still manage to find their way in. What if, to our horror, we discover we do have a bed bug problem? What's the next step?
The key is not to panic. Bed bugs are a common problem, and there are effective solutions. The most important thing is to act quickly. Early detection and treatment are crucial for preventing a minor nuisance from turning into a full-blown infestation.
So what are our options when it comes to treatment?
There are a few different approaches. You can try DIY methods like using a powerful vacuum to remove bed bugs and their eggs, applying diatomaceous earth, or using bed bug sprays. But to be honest, those methods are often hit or miss, especially for established infestations. They might kill some of the bugs, but they're unlikely to eradicate the entire problem.
So you're saying that professional help is usually the best route?
In most cases, yes. Pest control professionals have the expertise, equipment, and specialized treatments that are much more effective at completely eliminating bed bugs. They can use techniques like heat treatment, which involves raising the temperature of the infested area to a level that is lethal to both bed bugs and their eggs.
So it's like giving your home a sauna treatment, but for unwanted pests.
Exactly. Plus, they have access to more potent insecticides that aren't available to the general public. And they can provide valuable guidance on how to prepare your home for treatment and prevent future infestations. It's definitely worth considering if you're dealing with a persistent problem.
This deep dive has been incredibly informative. I feel like I've gained a whole new appreciation for these tiny but mighty creatures. And, one thing that's become crystal clear is that knowledge and awareness are our best weapons against bed bugs.
Absolutely. The more you know about their behavior, their hiding spots, and the signs of an infestation, the better equipped you are to prevent and deal with them effectively.
And for those of you listening, remember, you are not alone in this battle. Arm yourselves with knowledge, stay vigilant, And don't hesitate to seek professional help if needed. And a huge thank you to Simple Pest Management for inspiring this deep dive into the fascinating world of bedbugs. Be sure to check out their website and social media for more insights and tips on pest control. They clearly know their stuff. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of bedbugs, be sure to follow and like our show for more insightful and engaging content. We're always diving into new and fascinating topics, and we'd love for you to join us on the journey. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and most importantly, stay pest-free.